Hello everybody, and welcome back to another chakra healing book. We go live every Saturday that I'm available to read our book now. We are still on the chakra healing book. This is episode 5, Chakra Healing Book by Margarita Alcantara. And we left off at page 72. And we were talking about specific ailments and like what they mean for me. Why is it already being silly? The internet's already been crazy. Yeah. So hopefully, let me see that the sound sounds good. Oh, that's my bad. That was my cheese video. Because I don't have enough going on in my life that I was like, meh, let's make some cheese. Let's see. Going on in my life that I was like, meh, let's make some cheese. Yeah, it sounds like it's working. Hello, Sam. How are you, girl? Troy's friend, I made him a loaf of sour bread, and so in like return he got me some raw milk so that I could try out making like some mozzarella cheese. And I was kind of nervous about making cheese because I was like, I don't know. The sourdough, I have it down to a math now, so it's not too complicated, but I was worried that the cheese was going to be like a process, but it actually was not that hard at all. At least the recipe that his friend follows, that it's like a YouTube video that they sent me, and it worked out perfectly. I'm going to make sourdough pizzas tomorrow, like individual bread for each pizza, because nobody likes the same stuff. Some people want red sauce, some people don't want red sauce, some people want pepperoni, some people think pepperoni is spicy. So I'm gonna make a whole bunch of pizza dough from the sourdough, and then we're gonna put some, me and Troy, obviously. Maybe I'll put a little bit of the mozzarella on Cutler's too. But Cutler's kind of picky, and I don't want to waste like homemade cheese on the kids. Is that bad? Maybe when they're older, they can get the perk if they like it. I have not been live, or I should share this out in the group. I have not been live. If I had gone live Friday, you guys, my eyes are still pretty puffy. Do not skimp on fabric softener. So I haven't been able to wear like any eye makeup or anything like that for like 3 days, and I've been taking Benadryl because what do you do when all of there's blankets? Let me check what I'm on for the internet. It might pause for a second. That's better. What was innocence to me? Why? Reconnecting over and over. Is that just what the night's gonna be? The cheese, literally, it took like 30 minutes. It wasn't too long of a process. I don't know if I should even share the live if it's just going to keep doing that. The Schumann's resonance or whatever you call it, the energy of the earth has been crazy. So maybe live life tonight is not a good thing. I don't know. I do want to read a little bit of the book. Let's share to the group, the VIP group. If you're not part of the Ray of Hope Reiki and More VIP group, message me and we can get you added. Okay, now I'll go back into this other thing. Craziness. And my kids have been crazy. I don't know if your kids have been crazy, Sam, but my kids, like specifically my ADD child, bouncing off the walls. Calm down. Weekends are rough. I was going to open like a couple of these that Jen sent me. I sent her cabs to wire wrap for her people, and then she wire wraps stuff for me. So I was just going to open like a couple. just as like a beginning, just in case some people, oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. So these are golden rutile. We do have an event next Saturday, so I am so excited for that event. I did get my crystal chips in time, and I do have rutiles that we can put in the crystal stuff as well. So I've got 3 of the rutiles. I love when she does swirls. Can we just talk about how gorgeous Jen's wire wrapping is? And now she's getting extravagant, so I'm trying to find like smaller stuff for her to add in. She's getting too crazy on me. I hope one of these isn't a Moldavite. I think she said she might have been sending me my Moldavite back, but I kind of hope she didn't. I've already had an allergic reaction for 3 days. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, what do you do when you wash all of their stuff in fabric softener to try to make it smell good? And now I just kind of have to let it run its course because I'm not rewashing all of that stuff. I do not have the time. I do not, mom life. No, I do not have the time to find all the blankets that Connor likes and rewash it. I just need to be cautious when I'm touching them. Oh, shut up. That is the Bumblebee Jasper one. I love how she did that. Yeah, and I don't want to rewash it all. It, like, Sam, so when Connor gets sick, my son's autistic if you don't know and you're watching this. But when he gets sick or like he's feeling off, he wants all of his favorite blankies. And so it's like the ice blanket, and then the blue blanket, and then the brown blanket, and then the animal blanket, and then he wants the Sesame Street, and then he wants the Mario blanket, and then he wants the Cars blanket, and like this was a lot of work. I am not, I'm sorry, I am not, I'm not rewatching it all. I will just take Benadryl until it's all done. This is another Bumblebee Jasper. Obviously this moon one is much darker. I am ordering some black opal. I have some black opal on hold and some what they call turquoise, but usually when overseas people call something turquoise, it's not true turquoise. It's either a dyed halite or like a very high quality chrysocolla that they try to pass as turquoise. Yes, they'll be for sale. I don't have prices yet because I have to look at my paper I have to look at my paper for reference of how much the cab was. Oh, that witch. You guys, no. Okay, I hate and love Moldavite. I can't touch that. Are you wanting the moon bumblebee girl? I told her, I was like, I'm gonna have to because she was supposed to sell you a bumblebee, and she ended up selling it too quickly, and you didn't get to see it. And so then I was gonna have to reorder because she wanted to make one. But if you want that moon one, you can dibs it. Because you were supposed to get a bumblebee from Jen, and she just sold too quickly. Okay, I'll put it aside for you. Yeah, she couldn't even wrap. She couldn't even wrap one of them. I'm pretty sure the one she did wrap is Troy's, because his was more circular. I don't know, that stuff, you guys. That Moldavite is the worst. And I know that some people wear it all the time, and I know some people love it and they work well with it. I am so I'm not special, but I'm so like sensitive to energy, and especially the energy of crystals. and like the shift in the land, or if something bad happened in an area, like I'm just super, super sensitive. So then you get like a moldavite that's a combination of the earth and meteorites together, like alien like vibes, and it is just too much for my energy. It makes me kind of nauseous. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the blue flash on this. I'll take a video of it. This is a moonstone. This is going to be expensive. And then this is blue lace agate. This was one of the first crystals I worked on when I started, because I had a really hard time like speaking up for myself and speaking my truth. And just from all the like belittling I had to go through growing up, and blue lace is really good at helping opening up your throat chakra. Sorry guys, I'm a little distracted. I wanted to open these earlier, but I've been so busy trying to get ready for the craft that we have for the spell jars this Saturday, and then dealing with my allergy. And we didn't have this I probably shouldn't say anything, but we didn't have Benadryl in the house. We just had kids Benadryl, so I've been drinking Benadryl. Finally, Troy went to the store today for me, and he got me some Benadryl. This is fossilized coral. This is not going to do that justice either. Super pretty. And then this is a light Larimar. I like how she did that one too. She's getting fancy. I think I got 2 more to open, and then we'll start with our book. Oh, I know what this one is. I'm pretty sure these are made out of deer or cow bone. Sorry if that offends anyone, but we're doing something to honor it, right? By making jewelry out of it. Oh, that's a raw moon, quartz moon. And this one's the bone. That's so freaking pretty, dude. She accentuated like the horns too with wrapping around that. That is gorgeous. Last one. She made puzzles for Connor's class too. And then some puzzles for me to sell as well. Okay, so we've got a carnelian. I like when it has the lines, the carnelian. I haven't worked with this crystal. It's chrysoprase. And another crazy lace agate. Anyways, that was our introduction to tonight's book reading, because I hadn't had time to open those, and I really wanted to open those to see what I had. This is ginger honey tea, because yellow seems to be the chakra we're working on lately. Everybody's stomach and energy in their solar plexus seems to be the one that we're working on. Okay, make sure my mic is over here and not on my hair. Craziness. Okay, so again, this is what we're actually doing. Episode 4, 5. I don't know, whatever's in the top here in the description. But the Chakra Healing book by Margarita Alcantara. and we are on page 72. I think we're on leg pain. We may have already talked about leg pain, but I'm going to re-talk about it and then go from there and see how far we get with all of the themes. I'm excited for when we get to pick our next book too. I'm thinking it's going to be, I'm going to try to pick one that helps me work on my gifts, which will obviously help you guys work on your gifts too, but I'm going to try to pick, I'll give you guys an option again and you can vote. But anyways, leg pain. So obviously those are the lower chakras. Chakras affected, root chakra and solar plexus chakra. Leg pain, when not directly related to physical trauma, is often linked to root chakra imbalances. Sometimes leg pain can symbolize our resistance towards moving forward in life, which can manifest as self-sabotaging behavior based on fear. Fear that we'll fail, or fear that we'll actually get what we want and step into our power. If this is the case, the root chakra imbalance can also be linked to the solar plexus chakra, but it's mostly a root chakra issue if the resistance to moving forward is due to fear around bills or gaining or losing housing, food, water, or clothing. My legs have been hurting all day. What are you fearing in going forward? Are you fearing failure, or are you fearing that you'll actually be able to do it? The next one is loneliness. I am so lonely. I'm not actually lonely, but that song popped into my head. I kind of like the quiet and that everyone's in bed and Troy's at work. I wish that he was on days, but I'm not lonely. I need quiet. Chakra affected is your heart chakra. When we feel lonely, we are under the impression that we are not connected to anyone. This is a powerful feeling and a powerful illusion. Our heart chakra teaches us that we are all geared to love and to connect with each other. Yes, even those of us who attest to being loners. Love is the real deal, and anything resembling fear, such as loneliness, which is feeling disconnected, or the fear of being disconnected, is not. We all need to connect. Our heart chakra wants us to connect, not only with ourselves, the most important connection of all, but with other people. So that makes total sense. By you doing acts of service or acts of kindness for somebody else, or by you helping somebody else heal, it directly heals your heart chakra as well. So like me doing energy work and helping others do crafts, helping others see the light, helping others understand that it's okay to be different. Whatever it is that I'm doing, like I'm constantly striving to push people to push past what they're fearing, to step into their power, to heal their traumas, to like I'm constantly doing that. And I constantly do that because it's addicting for me to help someone else. I also am directly healing myself because I'm seeing the light in you and it's directly reflecting back at me. I hope that that sounded right, but by healing others, I'm healing myself. So we do have to connect to other people. If you want to heal, you need to be able to connect to other people. When we are truly deeply lonely, it is often because the connection with ourselves has been lost. This is the realm of the heart chakra. If we are feeling lonely, it may be because the heart chakra is out of balance and you may have closed yourself off from love. Okay, thank you, Sam. Whether as a reaction to being hurt after opening your heart or because you feel you don't deserve love. That's really hard. Everyone deserves love. Everyone deserves to feel important. Everyone deserves to, I don't know, be respected and honored in that way. When we find it difficult to show ourselves loving kindness, such as taking the time to do daily tasks, performing self-care rituals, like resting when needed, eating foods that fuel our system in healthy ways, and surrounding ourselves with uplifting people, it is difficult for our hearts to radiate with joy. When we fully and completely love ourselves and are connected with our heart chakra, we are never truly lonely, no matter what our circumstances are. So that makes sense too. That also brought me to another thought. Because I always say, like, if you're having significant issues with relationships, a lot of the times what can heal relationship issues is if you pull back and you really work on yourself and your emotions and your triggers. Why is what he's doing triggering me? Does it directly relate on him, or is it something that I'm holding on to that was a trauma and now, like, I can't stand when he does this because so and so did this? Well, I need to heal from this so that that's not a trigger for me. So does that make sense? Like, you need to be able to pull back and heal yourself and love yourself in order for the connection with other people to also work. Next one is neck pain. Tea break. Neck pain is the throat chakra. That's a shocker. Your neck is right there. So, okay. Neck pain that is not caused by physical trauma or bodily harm, like an accident, can be a result of an imbalanced throat chakra, energy related to the way we interact with the world. Check yourself. When we fail to express ourselves in a very honest or open way, or when we try to hide certain parts of ourselves, such as fear or insecurities, from other people, it creates imbalances in the throat chakra. Examples of this behavior might be pretending to be happy in a relationship when deep down you're dissatisfied, or holding yourself back from, turn the page, speaking openly at work. There may be a range of reasons why we hold ourselves back, but the result is usually the same: neck pain caused by an inability to express ourselves freely and openly. I think that a lot of neck pain is going around right now because of all of the energy shifts. So I don't think that that is very validating right now. Like, so right now with the big, like, planets and energy changes, there's a lot of stomach and neck pain issues and dizziness and nauseousness. So the next one is neuropathy. This is related to your third eye. Your third eye. I don't think I would call mine nerve pain because mine's more like muscular skeletal pain. So, but I'm pretty sure there was a couple of you that have neuropathy. Neuropathy can happen with diabetics as well, so that's something you'll have to watch for. And feet health is like a really big thing too, for diabetes, to make sure that their feet are good, because a lot of times they can't actually feel their feet, and so if their feet are dry or cracked, or they're more susceptible to getting infections and stuff because they don't feel it. Anyways, neuropathy. You've been having what? Oh, Margaret was, yeah, Margaret has neuropathy. And then what is the really two, Sam? Neuropathy, or feeling pain throughout the body or in a specific area of the body, is usually caused by damage to the nerves. This is often the result of a traumatic injury, infection, diabetes, side effects of chemotherapy, inherited causes, or exposure to toxins. You've got neuropathy too? My goodness. However, if the cause is not due to neurological injury, it may be the result of an imbalanced third eye. Because this chakra can be involved with neurological disturbances. This is interesting. So, you guys also know that I'm an intuitive psychic medium. I always feel like bleh, like when I say that, it's just weird. But I was seeing for neuropathy, if the neuropathy is related to your third eye, what spirit was showing me was like rubbing an ice cube on your third eye. So take that for what it is. If you're somebody who's watching this and you want to give that a try, go ahead and try it because it was meant for whoever is watching. An ice cube to the third eye. Really interesting. You do? That's sad. Nerve pain is really hard to treat because the chakra can be involved with neurological disturbances. An example of this is experiencing pain in the body after feeling disconnected from our intuition or fearing the spiritual aspect of ourselves. Oftentimes, fear of our spiritual self can indicate that we are either on a verge of becoming more connected with our inner wisdom or that we actually have a very strong intuition and are afraid of our power. Oh my goodness. Are you guys afraid of your spiritual gifts at all? Is that validating at all? Are you a little bit nervous about tuning into your spiritual gifts? Or have you just not really thought about your spiritual gifts in that way? Yay, Crystal! Crystal made it home. She had a sound bath tonight, so I'm sure that that went well. So if neuropathy is caused by energetic blockages, this may be exhibited by being able to only focus on the intellect and logical mind and rejecting any spiritual perspective we may have. Everyone has spiritual gifts, Margaret. Everyone has spiritual gifts. Everyone can tune in to spirit just like I do. It's a muscle that we use. And because I use mine and I don't block it at all, it's just easier for me to tune into spirit. But you have the same spiritual gifts. Rejecting any spiritual perspectives we may have and focusing only what is physically in front of us, all of which are aspects of an unbalanced third eye chakra. That's good. So maybe the more you embrace your spiritual gifts and tune into spirituality and look for the spiritual signs and stuff, maybe the less the neuropathy will affect your body. Panic attacks. I used to have these all the time. Honestly, I think I've had one panic attack with Troy. And he was carrying me out of my mom's house. Oh, the memory. The stories I could tell. But I won't. Oh, stiff joints. Where's that one? Oh, my sciatica has been terrible. I can't wait to get to that one. It feels like a dang near had a baby. Like that's how bad. I don't know if that makes sense to everybody, but like after you get the epidural and you have the baby or whatever, like your sciatic nerve seems, at least for me, my sciatic nerve was always pinched for the longest time after an epidural. Okay, panic attacks. Heart chakra, solar plexus, and root chakra. Heart, green, yellow, and black or red. It skips completely over the sacral. Okay. Panic attacks occur when we are gripped by sudden, acute, and disabling anxiety. They are often accompanied by palpitations and pounding heart, increased heart rate, sweating, and trembling. Shaking, shortness of breath, and feeling of impending doom. These debilitating attacks can occur when we are disconnected from our heart chakra. So I have been a little bit panicky. Like, I don't know if you guys, I kind of think it might have something to do with like the energy shifts that are going on. But, and And I thought it was Jen that was doing it because Jen was pretty stressed out the last couple weeks, but I'm still having it where like I'll wake up to my alarm and I'll like I instantly feels like I'm like panicking, and then I'm like I have nothing to panic about. Like calm yourself down. So I don't know, maybe my heart chakra needs a little bit of work. I had lots of cries when I first started like trying to figure out my illness, but I don't think I had full on panic attacks, but I don't quite remember because it was kind of hard and dramatic. These debilitating attacks can occur when we are disconnected from our heart chakra and are not listening to what it's trying to tell us. In addition, our root chakra is involved when panic and fear sets in. Because our primal fear for our own survival can be triggered with our heart chakra feeling disconnected and our fear mechanism in play, our power center of the solar plexus chakra can feel like we've been punched in the gut because our self-esteem and sense of confidence resides there. Interesting. So panic attacks. Very interesting. The next one is sciatica. This says chakra affected, root chakra, and sacral chakra. So those are the bottom two, red and orange. Sciatica is pain condition that radiates from the lower back through the hips and buttocks and down each leg. When it's not caused by trauma to the spine or some other injury, sciatica pain can reflect an imbalanced root chakra. Trying to feel my root chakra. So, I bet none of you have done this today, where you stop and you take a couple deep breaths and you just kind of check in on each chakra of your body to see if you can feel like if it's like going super fast, super slow, feels like icky. So I was trying to see if, because my sciatica has been bad. I don't know. The root chakra deals with issues around survival and being. When primal issues arise, like where you're getting your next meal, if you're going to be able to make your rent, if your children will be provided for, or if you generally live in fear that all the basic things in life may be easily snatched away, then your root chakra is not in harmony. Okay. Well, I guess if I think about like Troy's schedule just changed swing shifts. So am I going to be able to accomplish everything I need to in work life and mom life and therapy life and like, all those things. So maybe in some way I did feel a little bit of fear in trying to manage everything and get back into the swing of things and on a different schedule. So maybe that's why my sciatica is acting up. In addition, sciatica can energetically symbolize fear of money and the future. Anytime we have issues with pain that limits how we walk in the world, literally and figuratively, we need to ask ourselves if we are purposely limiting our progress to move forward in life, or if we are living in fear of the next steps that we may need to take to accomplish goals. Sometimes when we experience sciatica pain, it may be because we feel unsafe in this world. The sacral plexus chakra is related to the lower vertebrae, pelvis, and hip area. So it may be worth examining whether or not we are connected with and honoring our emotions, if we are freely expressing ourselves creatively, and if we are able to allow ourselves to enjoy pleasure in life. Okay, so maybe we need to do some root chakra meditations and Some affirmations of I am safe. I am safe. I am abundant in all things. Fear is a liar. I am going to accomplish all the things I need to in a day. The stuff that doesn't get done is fine. The next one is self-hate. I hate the word hate. Self-hate. Unsafe. Yeah. Okay. Self-hate goes with the heart chakra, the root chakra, and the solar plexus. Heart, root, and solar. Yeah. Do you feel safe and secure? Are we all managing our money correctly? I mean, I do overspend a little bit. I could be a little better. Self-hate is based on the perception that we are unlovable. Oh, that is a punch to the heart. Nobody is unlovable. That we do not deserve love due to doing something we perceive as terrible, or because when we were younger we were taught we were unlovable. Ugh, that hurts again. Ow. Believing we are unlovable is a direct result of disconnecting from our heart chakra. The heart chakra is all about love, love and compassion for ourselves and for others, and love always begins within. If we hate ourselves, which is a learned behavior, isn't that crazy? A learned behavior. If we hate ourselves, it's a learned behavior. Who did you learn it from? I know. This one's hurting my heart too. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like, I don't know. I feel weird tonight. It's probably the Benadryl. But I keep disassociating into memories of my mom. And so like I keep getting distracted. Okay. It's a learned behavior. My chest just feels heavy. On outdated perceptions. We need to see how we came to believe that. No, we don't. No, we don't. Screw you. Screw you. Is this therapy session? I don't want to go back. In addition, hate is an angry energy and emotion. And anger always stems from fear. Fear of our existence and the inability to stand up for ourselves are based in the root chakra. Oh, my root chakra. So the root chakra. I need to work on my root chakra, I guess. And my solar plexus and my heart and my throat, all the things. Fear related to self-hate can also reside in the solar plexus chakra. Yeah, I keep getting solar plexus. Thank you, universe. You can keep telling me over and over because I didn't realize how damaged my solar plexus was from the abuse. If it is fear due to lack of self-esteem. Oh, self-esteem. Okay. If this chakra is unbalanced, our power center is challenged and we may feel a lack of confidence. In feeling powerless, fearful of existence, and disconnecting from our heart chakra, we can easily believe outdated perceptions that we are unlovable. The good news is outdated perceptions are updatable and energy can shift very quickly to recalibrate. So I think that we've all came a really, really long way when we think about the past, and like I don't feel like any of us hate ourselves now, but I definitely feel like we growing up, like there's some teenagers that definitely hated ourselves. Um, and I know that I don't hate myself now, but does that mean that there's not still those emotions of when I was a teenager and really hating myself that are still stuck in there? there probably is some still stuck in there that I need to go back, revisit the memories, and like write it out, purge it, release it, understand it. It wasn't okay, but like we can move on from it. But if we never come back to those memories and those ideas and those times, then do we ever truly heal from those things, or I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't want to do the next one. I thank goodness I never had the next one that I can remember. I say that because I don't remember a lot of my childhood, but okay. I'm going to say SA for that and try to like make sure that I don't say any trigger words so that the video gets taken down. But this one is SA. It is your sacral, your root, your solar, and your throat chakra. When we experience this kind of abuse, it can be very damaging, not only to our physical body, but to our soul as well. Because of the trauma, survivors of this abuse may shut down their feelings or disassociate from themselves to avoid feeling deep pain. They may feel ashamed and possibly blame themselves for what happened, even though the trauma was in no way their fault. Their trauma and feelings around pleasure may shift. And because in that moment a power dynamic was exploited, control issues may result. Rage around the incident towards themselves and or their abuser is often bottled up. These reactions are all understandable given the depth of the trauma and are all related to the sacral plexus chakra, which is the orange one. If the abuse was perpetuated by a family member, and if important family members were unsupportive after learning of the trauma, feelings of betrayal may arise, which are connected to the root chakra. In addition, if the pain remains unprocessed, it may affect overall self-confidence and self-esteem, which are related to the solar plexus chakra. The throat chakra can also be directly affected as a result of the violation, and survivors may feel silenced and unable to speak up, or at least feel comfortable doing so. The irony is that exercising the throat chakra, such as speaking up and sharing our stories, can be therapeutic not only for the survivor but also for others who need to hear their story. Sharing the emotion with those you feel safe with can feel very scary, but can ultimately open the door towards healing. I don't really have any advice on that. I've never experienced that. But obviously it's talking about it with somebody is very important. I know that your feelings are valid and that nobody can take that away from you. You are allowed to have feelings and emotions surrounding those situations, and hopefully you have a great friend that will let you purge and take you to a rage room, or I don't know, a police station or something, you know what I mean? Definitely don't keep it hidden down, because not talking about it is not helpful. Why should your energy and your life not be healed because of somebody else's decision? Okay, shame. These ones are not nice, you guys. These ones are not nice. Shame. I don't think I have shame, but I probably have sacral plexus chakra and solar plexus, so orange and yellow. We experience shame when we feel humiliated. Wow, these are making me disassociate a lot. About something we perceive that we've done wrong, or something that somehow reflects the idea that we are inadequate, not good enough, or not strong enough. Sometimes we can feel shame about who we are, how we perform in front of others, when we feel defeated, and when it comes to how we feel about ourselves sexually. All of these strong feelings destabilize the sacral plexus chakra, which is the seat of our emotions. In fact, because this energy center is also where we house feeling about our sexuality, patients commonly experience shame around their bodies because shame can affect our personal power and how we see ourselves, often diminishes our own self-worth as a form of self-punishment for any perceived wrongs. The solar plexus chakra also takes a hit and self-esteem is taxed. Shame has a lot to do with body image. Interesting. Which is, again, bringing me back to working on my solar plexus. I think that all of our bodies are beautiful, and like the facade that Hollywood and actresses and actors and the filters and all of this stuff, like this, there's no filter here. There's no makeup here, there's no nothing. And I am beautiful just this way. I'm beautiful when I'm in my thin clothes, I'm beautiful when I'm in my fat clothes, I'm beautiful when I'm in between. Like, you know what I mean? We need to see ourselves as beautiful in all forms. But that's hard when we grow up and we're taught like that our weight and stuff is kind of something towards like our self-worth, I guess. The next one is sinus pain. Sinus pain. You guys want to know the best crystal for sinusitis is rainbow fluorite. Go ahead and put yourself a couple pieces of rainbow fluorite here and here, and if you have a third one here, oh my gosh, that feels amazing. Okay, sinus pain. The third eye chakra is affected. If you experience pain in your sinuses unrelated to allergies, environmental irritants, or direct trauma, you may have an imbalance in your third eye chakra. Our sixth chakra is related to our inner sight, our intuition beyond physical evidence. It helps us trust beyond that which we can physically see and allows us to follow our precious insight. Oftentimes, sinus pain can be an energetic indicator that we are irritated with someone who is close to us. What? Oh, that's funny. So, if you've got sinus pain, you might be pissed off at your husband. Like, is that a thing? Oh, I know. Everyone, I've got a little bit of everyone. Everyone. I got a lot of work to do. We are irritated at someone who is close to us, and we may view the situation as full of discord. If this is the case, consider examining whether the relationship is still a healthy one. On the other hand, the problem could be the way the relationship is viewed, or because you might be operating from outdated perceptions of what is happening in the relationship. So, the next time I pick up on sinus issues, I'm going to talk about your relationship because that's what the book is saying. It's saying it's directly related to your relationship. That's funny. One of the surgeries that I always tell people not to get is the sinus surgery, because out of like the 10 years of nursing, I don't think I ever had a single patient come back and say that they had a successful sinus surgery. They usually end up getting one after another, after another, after another, after another. I don't even know why we do those. Like, probably for the money. Oh, do we have to do the next one? I guess it is relevant, right? We're supposed to be reading the whole book, and who knows, somebody might need to hear this part. Okay, this one is STIs. Hopefully you can read backwards. I'm going to try to code word it. If there are reoccurring infections and diseases, there may be an imbalance in the sacral plexus chakra. That's your orange one. This chakra deals with our perception of our sexuality, particularly how we express it, and the emotional aspect versus the physical aspect. Oftentimes, shame plays a major part in reoccurring infections, and it is no coincidence that when we perceive ourselves as promiscuous and feel great shame around it, STIs occur. This may be an indication that we need to unpack or question our perceptions about what we feel are healthy forms of expression. We might want to look at whether or not our perception of ourselves are accurate or outdated. Oftentimes they are outdated and we are still operating from old shame we are harboring from the past. Sometimes there are also physical, emotional, or abuse that colors the perception of ourselves as sexual beings. When we are able to heal our views about ourselves in healthy ways, we also heal our sacral plexus chakra. Okay, I'm not elaborating on any of that. Skin issues is the next one. Skin issues. Does anybody else have sensitive skin? I literally have been going crazy because of the laundry softener that I used. Just been scratching my eyeballs out. I think that Cutler has eczema. I'm pretty sure I get eczema every once in a while, like on my elbows and stuff. But he definitely has like the bumps on the back of his arm, and like you could just tell his skin gets irritated super quick. Our skin is our largest, and it's related to our crown chakra, so up here. So we'll see what that means. Our skin is our largest organ and can manifest many disorders, including acne. I do suffer from acne, but I find that that's directly related to how much dairy I'm eating. So if I cut out some dairy, then my skin gets better. So if you have acne later on in adult life, a lot of the times, like 9 times out of 10, it's usually the dairy products. Acne, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, rashes, and dermatitis, among others. Although skin issues can surface as a result of poor diet, stress, hormonal issues, and skincare regimens, they can also surface as a result of an imbalanced crown chakra. If this is the case, it is worth examining any area in your life where you feel disconnected from your spirituality and the divine, and if you feel challenged by a lack of trust in the divine or life. I don't feel challenged. I've just deeply plunged into spirituality. So mine's probably just physical. Stomach pain and disorders. Remember, there's a lot of stomach pain going on around too. Solar plexus chakra, so that's your yellow one. Stomach pain and disorders can come in many forms: ulcers, constipation, diarrhea, IBS, colon intestinal problems, indigestion, acid reflux, gastritis, among others. Aside from eating something that directly inflames our digestive tract, stomach pain can also result from feeling overwhelmed, out of control, powerless, intimidating, or lack in self-respect. What we take in through our power center, our solar plexus, is a way for us to digest our surroundings and take in our environment. For example, I once knew a patient who experienced an episode of acid reflux after her divorce. In this case, her body was expressing the acidic emotions of resentment that the experience gave her. It was difficult for her to digest her divorce, which had made her feel powerless and out of control. Our bodies are always telling us exactly where our imbalances lie, and digestive disorders are no exception. I do say a lot of the times when you do go get a Reiki energy sessions, sometimes you can leave like your belly kind of gets like, it can feel like a little woozy or upset or like the butterfly feeling if you've never had a Reiki done before. And it usually is because we're pushing out a ton of energy that was trapped or stuck or whatnot. And your body does have to kind of digest in a way all of those emotions that have been just sitting there. And so sometimes it can affect the stomach. Stress. Yeah, I think the nauseous is the because there's so much energy shifts going on currently. I don't know what retrograde we're in or what planet's in what, but every time you guys post something zodiac wise, I'm always like, yep, check, check, check. I've got all those symptoms. So, stress is our chakras that are affected, our root chakra, and any other chakra can also be affected. Stress, what's that? None of us have that. Psh. We're all doing just fine. When referring to chakra health is a state of mental tension and emotional strain resulting from very demanding circumstances and problems that occur in our lives, work situations, and relationships. When we experience stress, cortisol, otherwise known as our stress hormone, steps in to help us handle our stress. Adrenaline and our fight or flight hormone, both of those hormones are activated by our adrenals to help us get out of stressful situations. This is great when used on a short-term basis. But oftentimes people can stay in stress response mode on a much longer term basis. Much longer term basis. Okay. Whether short-term or long-term, stress can indicate an imbalanced root chakra because this energy center is related to our personal security, feeling safe, and feeling like all aspects of our survival are met, such as having a food to eat or a roof over our head and clothes to wear. When the root chakra is out of balance, we are operating from a place of fear. We feel unsafe, like our feelings are not met. Our survival instincts are activated because the primal feelings of instability and fear can affect other chakras. Stress can affect our chakras in the following way. La 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 la. You're covering your ears. You're still on here, so you must be listening. For the crown chakra, stress from feeling alone and disconnected from the divine. I know that a lot of the times when we go into our spiritual awakening, or we're going into another spiritual awakening, it's because lots of traumas and stuff are happening, lots of that like shifts and stuff. And sometimes we can become angry at God, the source, the great divine, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes we can become angry at the plan. Why do I have to go through all of this stuff? So if that's you, we need to start working on our crown chakra and start trusting the process. Everything really does happen for a reason. Third eye chakra, stress from not being able to trust what's coming next in our life or from being unable to see the bigger picture from that's in front of us. Our throat chakra, stress from feeling like we're not expressing ourselves the way we'd like, or that we're not being heard in the way that we want to be heard. Stress around speaking our truth, right? And I'm not saying like that's a bad thing to get upset at God or whatever. I think it's a process that everyone has to go through, and we have to learn to trust over and over and over again. So things are going to happen, it's going to shift our foundation, and we're going to become a little bit angry, but then we're going to have to come back and trust that this has happened for a reason. We're going to get everything under control, and now you'll start seeing more blessings because of the changes that you've made. Like heart chakra. Did I do? Yes, I did throat chakra. Heart chakra. Stress stemming from disconnecting with self and as a result with others. Solar plexus is coming from lack of self-worth and sense of powerlessness. Sacral, stress from pent-up emotions, not expressing ourselves creatively or in a healthy sexual way. And root chakra, stress from feeling like our basic needs are not being met. or living in like a fear-based mentality. Definitely necessary. Thyroid disorders. I don't actually think I have one of these. You never know. Not right now, at least. Chakra affected, throat chakra. The throat chakra is also about speaking our truth. When we say what we mean what we say, express how we feel, the communication in ways that are aligned with who we are, we honor our throat chakra. If we have disorders that involve the neck, such as imbalance in the thyroid, the lack direct medical explanation, it is likely the throat chakra is imbalanced. So like all the lymph nodes in my neck that are unexplainable. It is possible that we have silenced ourselves, usually in regards to something traumatic, such as abuse, or something we feel unable to express. Even if not due to experiencing trauma, thyroid disorders can simply be a symptom of habitually staying silent when there is much we need to say, when there's much we want to say. Those who've had these kinds of thyroid disorders due to abuse then heal and release the pain they've been holding onto, tend to be very effective at communicating who they are with others, often beginning with sharing their own story in healing ways. Oh, I feel like that's what I'm doing. I don't see myself as a victim. I did go through a lot of traumatic things, but I am in a way glad that I went through the things I went through, because now look at where I'm at. I don't think I would have been on this same path, and I'm happy with this path. Ginger tea break. Ooh, uterine fibroids and cysts. This is interesting. I knew somebody with a fibroid, so let's see what this means. This is the sacral plexus chakra. According to the Mayo Clinic, uterine fibroids are non-cancerous growths of the uterus that often appear during childbearing years. Many women have uterine fibroids, sometimes during their lives, sometimes. Well, that's from like not being able to speak, though. Now we speak too much, probably. Sometimes they don't cause any symptoms. However, at other times they can grow to a significant size and cause pain during menstruation, when you're having a bowel movement, or when your body is trying to digest food. They can even affect your breathing. Cysts are fluid-filled sacs inside or within the ovaries. I have had ovarian cysts. And it's because of PCOS. Yep. So I've had those. But fun fact, since I got with Troy, that has changed too. I don't think I've had one since then. When there is abnormal growth within the uterus, it is often a signal that the sacral plexus chakra is out of balance, because there are actual blockages in the reproductive area. The energy body is telling you that there is blocked creative flow and energy within. You may be holding on to old negative and toxic thoughts, emotions, or feelings that are flowing life energy into dead ends. These might be jobs or relationships that you've outgrown, or conflicts about creativity, abundance, reproduction, and or relationships in your life. Okay. Next one is weight issues. This is our root chakra, solar plexus, and sacral plexus chakra. It annoys me when they don't put it in like order. Like if you're going to go from the bottom, go bottom up. If you're going to go from the top, go top up. Like, why did we go root chakra, solar chakra, then back down to sacral? Why did we do that? Am I the only one that's bothering? I probably am, but it bothers me every time that it does that. Yeah, I did. There was one time like I was in my bedroom and I definitely felt one burst, and I could not move. I was stuck. Those are very painful. Okay. It bothers you too? Okay, I'm not alone. Weight issues. Although weight issues are often addressed with behavioral, lifestyle, exercise, and dietary changes, another possible cause is a lack of feeling grounded. When we do not feel grounded, this is a root chakra problem. A balanced root chakra helps us feel connected to nature. It also makes us feel secure that no matter what we may be experiencing in life, all of the basic needs are met. What we often do to feel more grounded is gain weight. Yeah, it's annoying. Why are you not putting it in order? Because I don't know, I like to visualize the chakras when I'm reading them, when I'm saying them out loud, and then it's like boop, 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 boop. Why? Why do we go root, crown, heart? Why didn't we go root, heart, crown? Or crown, heart, root? Why are there's a bunch of OCD people in here. Was that one of the things in here? I'm not sure. Obsessive compulsive disorder? Okay, anyways, weight issues. Another possibility is that we sometimes put a buffer of weight between us and the world when we feel attacked. Troy says this all the time. He says if he's heavier, it's related to his mental health. His mental health is doing poorly if he's gained weight. And when he's feeling good, he doesn't gain that weight. So, feeling attacked, intimidated, or our self-esteem feels off. In this case, the cause may be more of an imbalanced solar plexus chakra, which is the power center. Again, coming back to the solar plexus chakra. After we've got to figure out what kind of exercises we can do for our solar plexus. I think that maybe this will tell us because I think there's a lot of us that forget about the solar plexus. We push a lot for the third eye, for the throat, for the root chakra, but I don't really know that I've ever like, oh, I need to work on my solar plexus. What should I do? Eat a banana? Like, what else? What else should I do? Sometimes feeling our emotions and being in touch with pleasure can be difficult for us. When we bottle up our feelings about what's going on around us and within us, do not process our emotions that may have shaped our feelings around worth and survival, and do not experience the pleasure of eating when our sacral plexus chakra may be unbalanced. This chapter looked at a long list of common symptoms and ailments, as well as their associated chakras. Next, we'll discuss a variety of ways to heal each of the different chakras. Well, I want to keep going, so if you're bored, you can get off and you can rewatch. But I'm going to read a little bit more because I want to read more. Number 4, healing remedies and the treatment. We're on page 85 if you're just hopping on. This chapter is divided into 8 sections, one for each of the 7 chakras, and a final section on healing multiple chakras. In each section, we'll cover some tried and true techniques that have helped me and my patients get in touch with each chakra. These practical techniques are tools to help you get started on your healing journey. The root chakra. This is red and black. The root chakra is all about being grounded, feeling secure that your basic needs are being met, and feeling connected to your family and tribal consciousness in healthy ways. It is, right? It looks like it is. I think we'll be good. The following meditation, crystal techniques, essential oils, applications, and yoga postures will help you connect with what you may be holding in that chakra. Sorry. Most importantly, they'll help you initiate connection with the energy vortex within you so you may open into the wisdom it holds. Meditation. Here's an easy, tried and true meditation and visualization to connect with your root chakra. While sitting or lying comfortably, take 3 slow, deep breaths. Each time you inhale, imagine the breath energizing your... Really? Do you guys have the book? Do we have Do we have to have a discussion about this? Okay. Perineum. If you don't know what that is, don't Google it. Ask somebody. Don't ask me. Ask somebody you trust. Okay? Each time you inhale, imagine the breathing energy into your bottom, your butt. The area. Why is this? Why is this like this? Why? Is anybody else reading this? Why am I reading it? Imagine the breath energizing your perineum, the area between your genitals and your anus. Each time you inhale, each time you exhale, release anything you may be holding in that area. Oh, God. This might be fears, pain, or even expectations of how you're supposed to feel while doing the meditation. Personally, I find that holding my hands over my heart as I meditate on each chakra helps me connect to the chakra I'm concentrating on more quickly. You may want to put your hands over the heart chakra and the other hand over the pubic bone. You guys can't see. I don't want to do it like that. So a lot of the times when I'm trying to connect to a chakra, I just want to put my hands up because I'm trying to connect to the divine. So I want receiving. And I put them on my knees, and then I'll take my 3 deep breaths. But if you want to touch your body, do you, boo. Do you. Helps me connect to the chakra I'm concentrating on more quickly. You may want to put one hand over your heart and one over your pubic, the bony area where your pubic hair begins. Why is it being so descriptive? This is an after dark show for sure. Another hand position is placing both hands on the lower aspect of your hips. Why not that? Why couldn't we just say that? Let's place your hands on your hips. Wake up the connection with the root chakra by gently tapping at the top of the pubic bone or bone side of your lower hips. In a small circular. Wake up the connection with the root chakra by gently tapping at the top of the pubic bone or both sides of your lower hips, or by gently massaging the area in a small circular motion with your first 2 fingers. What is going on here? What is going on here? Okay. So the first one is just taking deep breaths and focusing on that chakra that's down there where your butt hits the floor, okay? That's the first exercise it's saying. All of us can do that. There's this trick that I do when I'm trying to connect to my chakras, and it just helps me connect more easily. I'm not doing what the book's telling me to do. Screw that. But, okay. If you take your deep breath in, hold where you meet resistance for 3 seconds, and then push out. And we're relaxing our bottom at the same time. Okay? And then when we've exhaled completely out, hold it for 3 seconds before you inhale again. So, hold for 3 seconds. Hold for 3 seconds. And now focus on your breath and then focus on where your butt meets the floor to try to connect to that root chakra. I guess you can do some tapping on your pubic bone if you want to, if you can't feel your root chakra that way. I do like the, if you put your hands on your hips and then kind of go around like this. I do feel like that also would be helpful. And like, look, I'm already raking my root chakra. My left hand immediately turned on. This would help you with your root chakra. I don't know what it was talking about. Circular finger thing. I don't get it. With each following breath, inhale and exhale through the nose. Continue directing your breath to your root chakra. Imagine a red sphere of light in the area, pulsing and growing larger. You really can get good enough at it with practice that you will be able to see the red color. Like I know a lot of people say that they can't, oh, I can't see colors. I just can't during meditations. But have you honestly consistently tried meditating 20 minutes a day, every day, 15 minutes a day, every day, 10 minutes a day, every day for like a couple weeks, 2 weeks? And if you did it for 2 weeks and then you told me no, then I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe you can't. But like everyone can get to the point where they can visualize it. And then you can actually kind of feel the pulsating of it. Those who identify most with male energy should swirl their sphere clockwise. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this part. It says those who identify most with male energy should swirl the sphere clockwise, and those who identify most with female energy should swirl the sphere counterclockwise. I don't agree with that. When I'm doing Reiki energy work, I want all of your spheres going in a clockwise position. If it's going this way, then I know we've got some issues. If it's going too slow, too fast, I know we got issues. So do it in a clockwise position. Okay, that's the meditation. 4. Hope we're still going. Please don't make this bad. As you drop deeper and deeper into a calmer state, ask your root chakra what it needs right now. What does your root chakra need right now? Allow yourself a few more breaths to see if you receive any feedback. It could be in the form of a word, sound, song, image, color, feeling, or intuition. Then act on the feedback you get. If you don't have any yet, not to worry, it will come as you continue practicing. All I get is sleep. What do I need? Sleep. If you don't receive any of the intuitive hints listed previously, but instead feel an awareness in that area similar to pulsing anywhere on your lower hips and even traveling down to your feet, you are connecting to your root chakra. Oh, so it's talking about how if you feel it in your knees or your hips or your feet, you're still connecting to your root chakra. Yeah, rest. What's that? I don't need rest. At the end of your meditation, take 3 slow, deep breaths, directing the energy of your inhale into the soles of your feet to ground yourself. Gently open your eyes. Caution when doing this meditation visualization because this practice takes some time to cultivate. Be patient with yourself. If you find yourself starting to feel pain in the lower back or legs, you are pushing yourself too hard. It's time to take a break and revisit when you're more rejuvenated. Also, as you perform your meditation, understand that even seasoned meditation practitioners get what's apt termed monkey mind. Monkey mind, we learned this before, where other thoughts begin to enter your mind and may momentarily distract you. Just take this as a chance to observe the thought without judgment, let it pass through, and gently bring yourself back to center. I think that another way you can really connect with your root chakra is kind of when you're sitting there and you've got the feeling of your root chakra. If you can imagine like your energy from your root chakra, like entering the earth and trying to pull down into Mother Earth and then going back up and down, that's also a fun meditation for me. Like if I'm trying to really ground out my root chakra, I'll try to connect and see that line of my energy connecting all the way down to the middle of the earth and coming back up, letting go of things I don't want, and absorbing the energy that I need to bring back into my body. But that helps me when I'm like trying to focus on connecting to the earth. And everyone has issues with meditation at some point or another, like with thoughts coming into their mind, stress like taking over, and then thinking about the million things they got to get done. You really just have to try to push those thoughts out, and like sometimes focusing on an affirmation like I am safe, or what else is something for the I'm healing, I'm loved, I'm worthy of love, stuff like that. If you can find a sentence that you can continually focus on and repeating over and over, or if you can do that breath that I showed you guys, like the breathing in, hold for 3 seconds, breathing out, hold for 3 seconds. If you can focus on your breath, or you can focus on like a constant thought affirmation, then it makes it almost impossible for those fleeting thoughts to come in and make you have the monkey mind. Crystals. Oh, what do we know about crystals? We're not crystal people. Ruby, garnet, black tourmaline, bloodstone, hematite, obsidian, onyx, red jasper, lotus stone, smoky quartz, and fire agate are the crystals that resonate with the root chakra, but also not limited to those. Black and red crystals work really, really well with your root chakra. Takes forever for you to fall back to sleep. Try to like focus on releasing energy, like your body. Do like a body scan when you wake up, and you're like, just start from your feet and go all the way up and just talk to your body and say, I release tension in my feet, with one like inhale and exhale, and then go to your knees. I release tension in my knees. Just to try to like bring yourself deeper and deeper into almost like a meditation, so that you can push out those thoughts and get back to sleep. Okay, to use crystals to connect with your root chakra, make sure that you are first cleansing from the energies of others who may have handled them before you, and that your intention for how they will be used is set. You can clean your crystals by smudging with white sage. Simply light the tip of a white sage bundle until it begins to smoke, blow out the flame, and hold your crystal in the rising smoke for a few seconds, setting the intention that you'll be using the crystal to help you connect with your root chakra. This is my favorite method because after you're cleansing your crystal, you can also cleanse your body by directing the smoke towards your chakras and the rest of your body with your free hand. Laying them out overnight under the moonlight to soak up the moonbeams. Running water over them only if they're the crystals that are okay to run water over. Soaking them in salt water, I would rather you didn't. When cleansing with water, use caution. Any stones that rate lower on the Mohs hardness scale may get damaged or dissolved as a result. Like selenite, that's a no-no. Chrysocolla, that's a no-no. Malachite, that's a no-no. There's a lot of no-nos. Don't. Just use sage or incense or something, or the moon, or even the sun. Bury it in the dirt. Like, now that you've cleansed and charged your crystals, you can work with them in a few ways. Get into a comfortable seated or lying down position. Hold the crystal in your left hand, the receiving hand. That is if you are right-handed. It would be opposite if you're left-handed. Notice that what you pick up on from the crystal. Does it feel like a throbbing in your hand, like static prickles, or do you just have a simple awareness of its energy? If you don't feel any of these things, that's okay. Sometimes it takes a while to create an awareness with a stone's energy. You may ask the crystal to help you connect with your wisdom of your root chakra. Allow your mind and your heart to open to the feedback in the ways of images, colors, sounds, words, memories, emotions, or other impressions that may flow through. Keep in mind that working with crystals can take some getting used to. If your root chakra doesn't open into an epiphany right on the spot, which is unlikely on a first try, but anything is possible, understand that you are still one step closer to being connected with it. Be compassionate with yourself and know that it is on its way. Alternately, while lying down, place your selected root chakra crystal on top of your pubic bone. So this would be taking the crystal and laying it on your root chakra. So you can put it in your left hand if you're right-handed and work with it that way. I usually just set it face up on my lap. You can't really see, but on my knee is how I would meditate with it. Connecting to the crystal in my hand. You know, you don't actually, if you get good enough that you can just visualize your crystal, you don't have to have the crystal in your hand to connect to the crystal's energy. Just side note there. But that's just with practice. Or you can lay it on your root chakra. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Allow yourself to drink in the energy of the crystal. As with the preceding holding technique, you may feel the energy in the area pulse like a gentle heartbeat. You may feel a slight static energy traveling anywhere from your lower hips to your feet, or you may have an awareness that the crystal's energy is interacting with your energy. If you don't feel any of these things, that's okay. Consider saying the affirmation listed in the last paragraph of the essential oils section in more intentionally connecting with your root chakra. Okay, so there's going to be affirmations in the essential oil part. Okay, this is the essential oil part. Myrrh, vetiver, sandalwood, patchouli, and spikenard are the essential oils that correspond with the root chakra. To use a single oil or a blend of oils to help you connect with the root chakra, add 5 or 6 drops maximum per oil to dime size portion of carrier oil, such as coconut oil. Usually, I recommend applying essential oils to the chakras themselves. However, because of the location and sensitivity of the skin in the root chakra area, it is better to activate the oils in other ways. I do like sandalwood. I like wormwood. I like patchouli. I really like the frankincense. First, put the oil mixture in your hand and rub your hands together. Through the friction, you will release the scent and energy of the oil. Open your palms to release the fragrance. Deeply inhale the scent. Place your open palms over your pubic bone, allowing the energy of the oil to sink into the area. You might also try placing both hands on the lower aspect of your hips. Whether you choose to anoint your root chakra directly or activate the properties of the oil by rubbing them between your palms, take the time to intentionally create connection with your root chakra. This is literally a date. This is a date. We done bought it a crystal. We done take a lot of effort in deep breathing. We've now we've set the mood with some oils. We are dating our chakras. This is a date. I now, between your palms, take the time to intentionally create connection with your root chakra. Maybe light some candles, some red candles. Say something like, I now intend to create a connection with my root chakra. May I feel grounded and secure in my being and existence. I release all fear that keeps me from feeling safe in my life. I ask to be supported in the trust that all my basic needs in life are met, that I am connected in healthy ways to my family and tribal consciousness, and that allows me to move with the ebb and flow of life, and so it is. It does sound like a date, right? Ooh, here's some yoga. Next part is yoga. And now we're going to exercise the chakra. The root chakra is about stability and support. Corresponding asanas would be standing poses that strengthen the legs and ability to ground. What's the is it the mountain pose? I don't know. The one where you put one leg up and it's like bent on the other one. Standing balancing poses to regulate the chakra include Warrior 1, We've got to get out of here. Let's look up these yoga poses. Warrior 1 yoga pose. I think all of us can do that. Warrior 1. Okay. Warrior 2. We could do that one too. Is it because the brightness on this phone is too high? Would that be better? Yeah, there we go. Warrior 2. We can all do that one too. No excuses, you guys. Tree pose. Is this the one I was thinking? Tree. We should all take a yoga class. Yes, this is the one. That's the one that came to my third eye. I want to do that one. Connecting to my root chakra. Tree pose. And chair pose. What's chair pose? Chair pose, I'm already getting iffy feelings about. Let's see what a chair pose is. Chair. I'm not doing that one. Root chakra yoga class. Let's do a yoga class. We should do a yoga class. That should be our goal this year, just to take one yoga class. I know Sari, I think she just hopped on, but she was talking about doing meditation yoga stuff. You should do it, girl. We're interested. Okay. Seated postures related to grounding as well. Making sure to stretch the back of the legs is helpful with standing forward. Bend and head to knee pose. I don't know what that. Head to knee pose. Restorative poses such as reclining bound angle pose. What are these? I don't know what these are. I want to do simple stuff. Supported corpse pose. What? Get Google back out. Is that a thing? Supported corpse? None of us, we're not dying here. Okay. Oh, we could do this one. We could do this one. You guys, we could do this one. She literally just laying. She's just laying there. We can all do this yoga. I'll do the corpse pose. Never mind. At first I was like, what? What does that mean? She's just laying there. Oh, I do like child's pose. So I'm sure you guys know what that one is. Child's pose makes me feel safe. I love that. That one's easy. Okay. Can help us surrender on the gravity and groundedness of this chakra. And like somebody comes up and rubs your back while you're in child's pose and you're trying to connect with your root chakra just to give you that extra comfort. Like, I love that. Okay. Other tips for your root chakra is eat root vegetables, which will help ground you. Take some time to do activities where your bare feet are planted in the earth, soil, or sand. It is starting to get winter. Winter is starting to leave. Somebody just commented and said the poses are in the back of the book. Shut up. What is that? She looks like she broke her neck. I'm not doing that. Bridge pose? Why does it look like that? My body doesn't bend like that. What is that? My body doesn't bend like that either. If we doing it, we doing basic. Chair, child's pose. Happy baby pose. I'll do that one. I don't think I can touch my legs though. This book. Anyways, okay, we got distracted. Take some time to do activities where your bare feet are planted in the earth, soil, or sand. Spend some time in nature. We're definitely going on nature walks. We're going to go look for spiritual signs. Make pottery. Oh, that is so crazy. I was seeing a ton of pottery videos today, and I was like, that looks interesting. Make pottery. This will help your sacral plexus chakra too. How do we make pottery? Like, let's do it at a craft night. Somebody know how to make pottery? Stomp your feet to connect with the earth or ground. My kids should be real connected then. Cutler should be real connected to the root chakra if stomping your feet helps connect, because that kid got so much attitude. And chant the mantra sound for this chakra. I really do like, they have kits for kids. Maybe we'll have to look into doing that. I wonder if like I can buy some kits or something for us to do. I want to get like a bin that all have like a tote full of kids crafts and stuff for when people come to the craft night, if they didn't want to do the craft we were doing, or if they wanted a craft for their kid that they could take home that their kid could then do, they could just pull out of the craft bin and get like something for like, I don't know, $2 to $10, something like that. Anyways, just a random thought. We're not going to go into the sacral plexus chakra. We'll go into that next time. Mama's got to go take a bath and get her butt to bed since she's been on Benadryl for like 3 days. But that was super exciting. We stopped at we finished page 93. 94 is where we will pick back up at. Where did I put the card thing? I haven't left. Oh my gosh, it fell all the way forward. Okay, so there's that. So we talked a lot about the root chakra for pottery. That would be fun to do something pottery. I bet that there's a lot of pottery people. Like pottery seems to be becoming more popular. So maybe somebody would teach a class and we could have them come or something. I don't know. Just random thoughts that I have. But pottery seems like something fun we could do. We could all make like I don't know. Did anybody else make an ashtray for their mom back in school? Because I think I remember making an ashtray and being super proud of it. But maybe we could make something like better than an ashtray. Maybe we could make a pot, an actual pot, or a cup. Who knows? Sam, you? Okay, everybody else remembers too. Why was our school letting us make ashtrays for our moms? What? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Anyways, tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm off. Crystal holders, that's a good idea too. Crystal holders, getting in there, working with our hands, healing us, mind, body, and soul. I'm super proud with how far we've been getting in the book. There's honestly not a lot left. We're just going through the chakras now, and then this section is yoga poses, which I'm not about to. That seems kind of like a waste. I don't think I really need to read the yoga poses, but I will read the crystal thing. We're almost ready for another book, you guys, which is going to be fun because we're going to pick, this one was a good book to start out with because everybody needs to kind of know about their chakras, but we're going to pick out one of the more intuitive books to work on our skills, I think. How to get freaking. Have a good night, everybody. We will see you next time, next Saturday. we will not see you because we have our craft night, but the Saturday after that, we'll pick it back up and we may be able to finish it. If not, we'll have like one more and then we'll be able, I should probably post the next book soon. So look for that post so that you can vote. I love you guys. Remember that you are loved, you are worthy of love, and working on your own healing and your own self care is super important. I will see you guys later. Bye.